Welcome everybody to the 2025 Hobonichi unboxing, the planner event of the year. I have been seeing everybody else's Hobonichi unboxings on YouTube for the past couple weeks, and I have been so excited for my box to come, but I do want to address the elephant in the room. A few videos ago, I anti-hauled basically every planner that Hobonichi has to offer. So why did I even place an order, and what did I even get? Well, I placed an order because there was one last Hobonichi I wanted to try. So in this video, we're gonna be unboxing my order, seeing what accessories I got, and I'm gonna be showing you the one book that I am gonna take with me into 2025.
I don't know about you guys, but my order took so long to come. It feels like, I don't know why, sometimes you just get lucky and sometimes it takes a long time for it to come. In my case, my beautiful blue box arrived pristine, looking stunning. It arrived in a bigger box, so I didn't have any of the scuff marks or marks from going through the post office like I normally do. I just got this beautiful clean box. And let me tell you, the gasp, I gasped when I saw the color combination for this year. I just think it is so beautiful. So I'm really excited to open this with you guys on camera and just show you what I got, and honestly touch and feel and look at what I got, because half of this unboxing is for you guys and half of it is just so that I can like finally look at the one planner I bought for 2025 and just hold it in my hands, and I'm really excited to try it out. So yeah, so I already cut open this slit just so I don't have to do it on camera. So let's unbox this. So I know from trying to place my order on Hobonichi's website during the planner rush during the September launch at, it would be 7 p.m. my time, but 11 a.m. Japan time. I think it was 11 a.m. Anyway, I know because I was there that the website was crashing like crazy, and I have seen so many people say so many different things, like, you know, Hobonichi should have known. What was Hobonichi supposed to do? They had no idea. Like, people being mad in sort of either direction in defense of Hobonichi and like ragging on Hobonichi. And I can tell you, like, based on what they read, I totally appreciate the founder's apology that he posted on the website, and I totally appreciate the challenge it is to anticipate demand on planner launches. Hobonichi this year had a whole extra moment. I feel like it got popular and well known outside of just our little crew sometime last year, and then this year for launch it was just kind of insane, especially with all the limited edition stuff, and honestly, frankly, amazing collections. This year had some really standout collections. So yeah, so there was like a mad rush, and then Hobonichi didn't anticipate that they would have over 3 times the amount of people buying product at launch than last year, which I believe is what the founder's apology said. So all this is to say, I just filled my cart on game day, tried to check out a couple of times, it didn't work, so I just filled my cart again, and then I straight up left the site and went to bed. I definitely had that privilege because for me the launch is at 7 p.m. in my time, so it was not a huge deal. It wasn't like I woke up at 4 a.m. or something, but also I had that privilege because I knew that basically everything I wanted to buy would be in stock, and there was a couple of items that weren't in stock, which I did, yes, place an emergency jet pens order to get, but I didn't end up really needing any of the super special limited edition covers, especially the weeks. I wasn't going for a weeks this year, so I didn't really need any of that. So I was able to just put this all in my cart, go to bed with confidence that it would be there the next morning, and check out as usual. So let's get into what I got. So first things first, some clear covers. I bought covers for a planner I didn't even buy, which is always fun. I bought 2 of the HON covers. I bought one in the large size and one in the small size, and it looks like they accidentally sent me 2 in the large size, which is totally fine. I'll figure out a use for it or whatever. But essentially I bought these because plastic covers like this always come in handy, and I feel like it's really rare to find one that fits over like a hardcover A5 journal or a hardcover A6 journal. So I bought 2 of these sort of as a just in case to use. I certainly will try an HON in the future, so I just have these for when I try that. But also I'm considering picking up some planners and notebooks that I think might fit in these plastic covers because they have that hardcover, and these are sort of made to fit the hardcover planners. So I just picked up some just to have and sort of test out, and that way I have them to test out for other products in future videos when I review things so that you guys know as well. Let's talk pencil boards. So I got 3 pencil boards this year, which is way more than I normally would get. Normally I pick up like a week's pencil board board because I think that they make really good solid bookmarks. You can sort of store your sticky notes on them when you are slotting them into books. And also I think they are really good just like straight edges and rulers to have for any planner, since the size is so like compatible with almost any notebook. Obviously it fits right in the week's pages, but it works for just about anything. If you need a hard surface to write on, or if you need a straight edge and like straight edge bookmark dashboard, they work for everything. So I picked up first this yes no one. Let me unbox this so you can see the no side. Why is this one refusing to come out? It really said no to my unboxing. So this is the no side. It says no on this side, yes on this side. I think this is just such a classic Hobonichi toy that I know is not based on anything else. It's just like Hobonichi's little drawing, and I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I've seen it in a bunch of other people's videos. I've just never gotten it for some reason. So this is my ode to Hobonichi purchase of the year, which I will most certainly be using as a bookmark in one of my planners or a book that I'm reading. Very happy with that. So in addition to the yes no pencil board, I bought one of the Unsudo pencil boards in the A5 size, and I specifically got this to put inside the planner that I got for this year, or the notebook, let's say, that I got for this year, which is an A5 size. So I just thought it was really pretty. I wanted something from this collection, since I think this sort of like traditional style of art is just really like graphic and fun and sort of soothing to look at. I don't know, it's very nice. So I really like everything from this collection, but I just got this one as the pencil board that I'll be using for my particular journal. So let's open it up. That's what the back looks like. It's this kind of nice teal blue color. I just think it's really pretty, really simple. And then lastly, and this was a Jet Pens buy, is the Hiroko Kubota Count the Lights pencil board in A5. I really wanted to pick this up. At first, I didn't think I would want this pencil board. Like, it was available last year and I didn't want it, even though I had always thought it was very pretty. Ooh, and look at that back. I agree. I was right. It is very pretty. I didn't think I would want this because I didn't pick it up last year, but I just saw it this year, and I had just been on a hike that goes all the way up to the big mountain in LA, at the top of Griffith Park. And I went all the way up there, and like, this was what the view looked like, basically. I mean, it was west facing, so the ocean is to the west over here, so it wasn't the moon in the sky, but like from the top of Griffith Park, you can basically see the ocean on a clear day. So it was essentially like this. The sky was so pink, the lights of LA were twinkling down below, and I was just like, oh my god, that is my city. Just like, you know, it is obviously not my city, it is also my city. So I really like living in a city, and I really enjoyed the view from up there, and I had this epiphany moment where I was like, oh god, I need to get that pencil board from Hobonichi. And then I did, because I can do what I want with my money. So anyway, so these are the pencil boards that I will be taking with me into 2023. I almost said 2023, folks. These are the pencil boards I'll be taking with me into 2025. I love buying their pencil boards because it is a nice little way to support whatever collection you want to support. So now I want to walk you through the accessories I got. Just a few this year, really not that many. I picked up a slightly different ruler than I normally buy. This is the yellow one, just sort of the standard one that they have in their shop. And I wanted to get it because it has a slightly longer straight edge, although normally I am picking up this little green one. I think the little green ones are great. I love the check boxes that they have and all the different lines that you can use. I find this one to be very practical, but in terms of just having a straight edge and having a checkbox, that's all I really need, and this ruler suffices. So I'm going to try this in some of my other planners. Then I picked up this page stopper or page keeper, whatever you want to call it. It just does just that. It keeps your page. So what you would do with this is my planner for this year, is like if your planner cover had a back pocket, you just slot it into the back pocket, and then you could keep your page by wrapping this cord around it like that. So it's not working for this planner cover, obviously, but it works in all the Hobonichi planners. And I just have never tried this one in this size, but I use B6s and A5s all the time, so I thought I'd pick it up. And lastly, I went ahead and got these folders from the, I think it's called Io Okumi line, where she does these sort of like, I think it's embroidery or something. So I just picked these up. Again, this is an accessory I have never tried before, but I was watching some unboxings from previous years where the folders were a thing, and they just seemed like cool little devices to use for ephemera. So imagine keeping this in the back of one of your planners and just having like a pocket. I think this set comes with two. Sort of a spring and winter vibe, which I really like. So yeah, so they just sort of like act as little extra pockets that you can use, which I think is really cute and really handy. So this is it in terms of accessories.
As much as I love a new physical planner, there's a digital tool that has become absolutely essential for my productivity and well-being. Which brings me to today's sponsor, OtterLife. OtterLife is this amazing app that turns health tracking into a game. Instead of staring at the activity rings on my Apple Watch like I used to do, now I have this cute little otter friend as my personal health coach. You can even name him. Mine is Momo, like the lemur from Avatar. I love and cherish him. One of my favorite features is the HRV monitoring. It tracks how stressed I am throughout the day. Like earlier, my otter buddy chimed in to tell me I was a little bit stressed, so I took a break, did some relaxing, and you can see my stress levels went down on the app. Plus, Momo looks a lot happier too. OtterLife also helps me monitor my sleep. It tracks my sleep patterns and gives me insights on how I can improve my rest. I've noticed that when I get better sleep, I am way more productive the next day, so this is super helpful. Plus, it's so adorable how my cute little otter gets all cozy when I'm sleeping well. OtterLife has this cool all-in-one daily matrix and task board. It helps me build healthy habits and keeps all of my health tracking in one place. I can set goals for things like hydration, sleep, exercise, and I can even add my own custom habits like making sure I check in with my journal and planners twice a day. And the best part is every time I check off a task or complete a habit, my otter friend gets a little stronger and a little happier. It is surprisingly motivating. Since I started using OtterLife, I've been more focused, less stressed, and overall healthier. And it's all thanks to this little guy keeping me on track. If you want to build healthy habits in a fun way, stay active, avoid burnout, and even track your menstrual cycle, OtterLife has you covered. Download OtterLife using the link in my description box below to start your journey to a healthier and more productive you. Thanks again to OtterLife for sponsoring. Let's get back to Hobonichi.
Now let's do it. My notebook that I bought. This is the only dated notebook I bought from Hobonichi this year, and it is the 5-year diary. It goes from the years 2025 to 2029. These are also the years I am 31 to 35, so it feels kind of nice and round on both ends. And I have just never tried this planner before, so I'm so excited. We're gonna unbox it, but I'm really very excited. It's the only Hobonichi I've never tried before, and I'm super excited to unbox it and just see what it's like and then take it with me for the next 5 years. I feel like this is a really good project that I want to be on, you know, recording my life in such a way that it becomes a dedicated keepsake for myself going forward. This is always what I have wanted out of journals, and when I was a kid, I was really dedicated at filling up back to front any given notebook I was writing in. And as an adult, I've just gotten away from that because I've wanted to try this planner or this notebook or that notebook, and it just hasn't been something that I've been able to stick with in a long-term way. So I'm very excited at the prospect of this because it will allow me to get back into the swing of that dedication in a really meaningful, serious way so that I have these life artifacts to take with me throughout the rest of my life. So let's open it. Okay, you get this little info book about how to use this, and obviously it's all in Japanese. This is a sample page, it looks like, so you can, play around with layouts or whatever you want to play around with. And then this is the 5-year journal. Guys, oh my god. Wow. This feels like a Bible a bit. It is so beautiful. The inside cover is this like wool textured material. Feels luxe for sure. Hobonichi Techo. Pages are that soft Tomoe River paper, of course. And it has dedicated broken out years all the way through 2029. And then it just starts. Boom. No bothering with front matter like years in advance or month pages or anything. Just boom. Right into it and all the way through till morning. Gosh, that's beautiful. Can you imagine what we're going to be doing on November 22nd, 2029? No, not me. Oh, it looks like there's like a gift tracker. Oh, and a nice like year per page in the back. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, year per page in the back. Gift tracker. My lists. If I could just make any list, top 10 movies of the last 5 years or something. When I first made my video talking about how I wanted to try this planner, I mentioned that I wanted to try something called what I'm calling seasonal noticing, which is essentially just noticing when the seasons pass. I live in LA, so the seasons don't pass in your typical fashion. Like, we have some trees that lose their leaves in the fall, but very few. And we mostly have desert plants and like palm trees and stuff. So we have a lot of plants that bloom in the spring and summer, like in terms of flowers, especially a lot of flowering trees. But I haven't really paid good enough attention, or what I feel like is good enough attention, to the way the seasons pass. And I want to do that. I want to notice more capture what's happening around me. So part of the reason I got this was to do that, you know, something maybe on these pages with like a picture of a jacaranda tree or something over here when they're in bloom, I think would be really nice. And many of you in the comments suggested I get an A6 for this purpose because an A6 is half the size of the A5. So it would be a journal that's that big instead of that big. And I really considered it. I thought you guys made really good points. Like if you're going to be taking it out into nature, you want to, you know, have something small and portable, and this can get really heavy, feel like a behemoth. And I totally see what you mean. Just looking at it in person and having this extra weight. But I can tell you just from my own experience, like I've tried journaling in an A6 before, but I don't really like the hand feel of that. And I just basically prefer a larger size to a smaller size at the end of the day. Plus, I don't imagine this is going to be something that I'm actually like out there carrying in the field. Like I'm going to notice these things like pretty loosely, like just when I see something, snap a picture, paste it in here. I don't think it's going to be sort of intimate of a path with my journal. I will say that I also got the A5 size because this leaves plenty of room for journaling about other things that happen on a given day. And I know based on what I know about LA's seasons that like something new is not going to be happening every single day with the nature. That's sort of the point of living somewhere where it's 75 degrees like 90% of the year. But I do know that I am going to have something different going on every day of the year. So having a place where I can both capture those seasonal changes as I notice them and where I can just capture my life, I think is going to be great. Plus, I think an A5 size is more flexible if you want to change your system later on. And I might, because who knows. So I also got a cover for this bad boy, obviously. I got the red leather cover, which I am so stoked about. I have seen this cover like basically since I got a Hobonichi. I was like, oh my god, I want that for my cousin. But then I realized it was a 5-year journal planner cover, and I was like, oh okay, I guess I simply won't get it for my Hobonichi cousin. I'll instead wait until I'm ready for a 5-year journal. And lo and behold, here I am. They still have this cover in stock, and I just think it is the most glorious, gorgeous red. I think it's so deep, so cherry, so fresh, and I just want my 5-year in here. I can't explain it. Well, I can, and I just really want it. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's so cute. It's so beautiful. It's just so minimal and just really lovely to look at. I think it is very special indeed. Oh, I'm very happy with that. And then I have 2 pencil boards. I was figuring I would use this one because it's just sort of a little bit more elegant, but this one kind of matches, and I kind of like it as part of that seasonal vibe. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below which one you would use with the 5-year. For now, I'm just going to slot both of them in here. So I'll get started with this bad boy on January 1st. I also got the little freebie that came with Hobonichi this year, which was a A6 notebook. Oh, and it looks like I got this pink one. Pretty cute. This sort of gives me like Castle in the Sky vibes a little bit. I love a grid notebook. I will probably find a use for this one way or the other. Let me know which one you got down in the comments below if you got a little grid notebook from Hobonichi from ordering through the store. I'm pretty much a fan of mine. I did not get the other freebie, which was the pen, but I also didn't really care for this year's colors, the like orange and yellow color scheme. Not my thing, so I was fine with foregoing it and just having the one little notebook. Okay, let's talk about 2 other things I got. The first thing was A5 plain notebooks. So these are both gridded notebooks. This is from the plant collection last year, so it was a couple dollars off on jet pens, which was nice. And then this is just their standard grid notebook. This one definitely feels a little firmer, a little bit more cardstocky than this one, which I mean, it doesn't feel not firm, but it just texturally is sort of papery on the cover, whereas this is kind of plasticky to protect the art, I assume. And these Hobonichi notebooks have the same grid as their planners, and then they have 4 different colored sections in them, which I've heard people say that it helps when you're trying to segment out your notes, which is cool. For me, I probably will ignore them because I basically plan to use these as journals when my journal runs out. It's a big year for me, and larger notebooks. I'm trying journaling in an A5, which I actually really like. Obviously, I am trying journaling in this big bad boy. So I'm going to be doing a lot of journaling in this size, as well as planning in B6 and A5 notebooks. So I'm making my grand return to the larger size because I have spent the last year with small planners and I don't care for it. I don't. So I'm excited to use these, but I just picked them up mostly because I've never tried them before. So how am I to know if I like them until I try them? So here they are. And now it's time for me to confess something to you. I would not share this with you unless it was the very end of a video and most of the people had clicked away by now, and I knew you guys were the ones that I could actually trust not to judge me at this point. Because I said in a previous video that I would not be buying any of the special collection covers this year. I said that, but things happen. Specifically, two things happened. First, this happened. This is the Have a Nice Day cover that was actually their sort of like leatherette pleather cover release for 2024. Last year they released it in this beautiful color that they call almond, and also in the blue for the A6. And I had the A6 blue. I bought this last year when I was buying smaller planners, but when I was on JetPens and I was doing my special purchase for this guy, I saw this cover, I saw that there were only 4 left, and I thought about how little use this cover got, but how much I loved Have a Nice Day and how I kept trying to put this on planners I thought I would use when the size wasn't working for me. And so I saw that this had 4 left and I was like, I'm doing it, and I bought it. And it was a complete impulse buy, and honestly afterwards I felt really guilty. I was like, oh, I bought a special cover. I'm not supposed to buy a special cover. I told the people I wouldn't, but I know that I will use this. You know, like I said, I'm journaling in A5 right now, so one of these will fit just perfectly in here. I know that. Boom, there you go. So it's a nice little like planner cover to have because I know I will be using A5 journals, and I really do love the little Have a Nice Day. I think it's just the most darling thing ever. So I don't regret it, but at the time I was like pretty embarrassed that I had let myself do an impulse buy of a fancy cover. Similarly, in the same vein, I bought this cover, which is currently just holding my actual journal. Like, this will never see the light of day, will never see camera because it is my deepest, darkest thoughts, but I just had to buy this. It's a Shibata Keiko cover. She's like a child's book artist, and so this is a scene from one of her children's books. But guys, when I tell you like this cover is me, I don't know what else to say. Like, this is the perfect cover for everything and anything that I am doing in terms of journaling, because elephants are my favorite animal, and this is literally me when I was a kid. It's a picture of like me being hugged by my imaginary elephant friend when I was a kid. I was not gonna buy this. I saw it on the website and I was like, I promised myself I wouldn't buy a fancy cover. But then I went to the Hobonichi store pop-up in LA and I saw this cover in person and I was like, I have to get it. It's so cute. And just, you know, I can understand why it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, and this is not something that I would like take to the office. But when I tell you, it just gives me like warm and fuzzy feelings looking at this image. I want to feel that every night when I open my journal to myself. Every night when I go to record a memory or speak to myself or talk to my inner child or whatever I do on those journaling pages, I want to see this image. I want to feel comforted. I want to feel hugged. What better way? It's so cute, and it's very like near and dear to my heart. So I am happy that I picked this up, even though, you know, I didn't really have any affinity for Shibata Kyoko's work or anything like that. I just felt like this cover was me.
So that's what I'm getting for 2025 and 2026 and 2027 and 2028 and 2029. I'm really interested to see how my year goes without any Hobonichis besides the 5-year Techo. It'll be the first year in like 5 years that I've not actually bought a Hobonichi planner. So it's a weird feeling to only have the 5-year to rely on, but I'm pretty excited to try it. Let me know down in the comments below what Hobonichis you picked up for 2025. Are you relying on your old standbys, or are you trying something new like I am? If you are still wanting to buy a planner for 2025 and you haven't yet, I'm gonna leave my handy and helpful guide for you right here on the screen next to my head. So check that out if you're in the market. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, for being awesome, for being subscribed, and frankly, for being my best friend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.